Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another workout video. This week we have something that seems super simple but brutal. Thrusters and rowing. Now don't let the simplicity fool you. This is a nowhere to hide workout that will push every single part of you. This was honestly, I underestimated the workout because I thought, do you know what, maybe it'll be okay, maybe it won't be so bad. Whoa, I am mistaken. So let us start with a 30-second basically overview of what the workout format is, the purpose and target areas. So it's a 16-minute AMRAP where you have a 24 calorie row for men, 19 calorie row for women, and after every row is 15 thrusters. Now what does change about the thrusters is that during a 60-minute AMRAP, every single time you complete thrusters, the barbell weight does go up. So for the women, it starts at 30 kilos, then goes to 35, then 43, 48, 52, 56, 61. The men is 43, 52, 61, 70, 80, 90, and 95. So basically after every row, you then do 15 thrusters. Whether you break that up or not is obviously down to you. I will recommend what I did and what I would do now later on in the video, so just stay tuned for that. But that is basically the workout. It is really simple, exactly what it says on the tin: rowing and thrusters. Now the main aim of the workout is to get obviously as far as possible and complete as many thrusters as possible. It is about being clever because as the barbell does get heavier, the reps stay the same. You need to be clever about how you want to break them up or how you are going to break them up in order to ensure that you get as many thrusters as possible. Now on the workout that I do, it does recommend that you do the first 2 sets unbroken. So my aim was literally to do the first set of 15 unbroken because I wanted to prove myself that I could do it, and then just go from there. So I'm going to go ahead and start with some tips just for the workout in general. Whatever level you choose to do, I will obviously include scaled levels on the screen now. So if you can't do the RX weight, you can change them. Now, the most important thing for me is to make sure that your thruster technique is good and that you aren't wasting energy, not engaging your core, not using your legs to push the barbell overhead, as in pressing it like a strict press as opposed to actually doing it like a thruster. So just make sure that when you are warming up that you try to utilize your legs as much as possible when pushing the barbell overhead, and then really taking that time when you are lowering the bar back down to kind of just relax a little bit and try to safeguard as much energy as possible. Now on the row, I absolutely love rowing. I think it's because I'm tall, I'm able to get big long strokes. But for this workout, I started my first 2 rounds, I was holding a 1200 calorie an hour pace, there or thereabouts. And then as the rounds went on, I think I dipped to 1,000 or just below 1,000, 900 calories per hour, which isn't great for me. I think I probably should have held a better pace, but because I was trying to safeguard my energy for the thrusters, I thought, right, I'm going to go slower on the row to try and make sure that I get off the row and then get to the thrusters better. What I would recommend for the row, and what I always recommend for everyone, is that you want to take really long, nice pulls. Now, the way that I think about my rowing technique is that, for me, rowing is, I'd say 80% legs, 20% upper body. You want to push away from the rower with your legs as much as possible, because that is where you are going to get the most amount of power and the most amount of, bang for your buck, as opposed to trying to pull it with your arms. So what I would say is just try to make sure that you are focusing on pushing away the rower with your legs, and then your arms are literally just a follow through movement after you have finished pushing all the way with your legs, just to get that little bit of extra length in the rowing pull. Now I haven't really touched much on warm-ups for workouts that I have posted, but today I will just say quickly, for this workout I don't really think that there is that much warming up to do. I think that if you do the first barbell weight a few times, feel comfortable, feel like your hips are warmed up, your upper body is warmed up, there is no need to warm up beyond the first barbell weight. As the barbell increases in weight throughout the workout, trust me, you will feel warm and you will feel good by the time you actually get to that last barbell. There is no need to warm up beyond the first barbell weight, is what I would say. So just before you start the workout, I think that it would be a good idea for you to have just a broad idea of how you would like to break up the thrusters once you get through that first set or 2 unbroken. Now, I thought that I was going to do the first and second set unbroken, but I knew that if I were to break it, that I would try to go beyond the at least 8 rep mark to be able to get it done in at least 2 sets, like no more than 2 sets. So it was like, do the first one unbroken, and then anything on the second round, just keep it below 2 sets. And then after that, it was a game of, if I make it beyond 6 reps, break, and then break it up from there. 15 is a lot of reps. Only you will know what you are able to do. I thought that I would be able to do more than I ended up doing. As you will see as the workout goes on, I ended up breaking it into a lot, like much smaller sets, because I just found the fatigue to be all encompassing and really tough. So but I would say just go in with an idea of what you can and can't do, just so that you don't feel like you're, like, a lot of what I do is like, oh, I'm gonna have to pick this up and I'm gonna have to do it for 8 reps, and then I end up wasting a lot of time thinking I need to like safeguard a lot of energy for that big 8 sets, like for that big 8 rep set. But actually, if I was just like, right, just do 3 and then see how it goes, and then I did 3 and then you do 4 and then you do 5, and it ends up climbing like that, as opposed to saying, right, I need to do a massive set, so be ready for this massive set, psych yourself up for this massive set. Then you get to it and you actually can't do it, and you've just wasted a load of time. So that would be my top tip, is just try not to waste time thinking I'm going to do huge sets. Like, if you can break it into small, like bite-sized chunks, absolutely do that. I think that is what I would recommend most in this workout, because no one is going to say, oh, how did you break it up, if you manage to get all like a good way through the workout. I think the most important thing is just to know yourself, split it up into amounts that you know you can handle, and that isn't too mentally taxing and thinking, oh, I've got to do a massive set now. It's going to absolutely ruin me. So key takeaways: don't try to be a big man or big woman here and do like massive sets of thrusters. I would say keep it like shorter sets, quicker transitions. That way you'll get through it a lot more and minimize the fatigue. I think I did try to go for too many big sets in the first few rounds, and then I quickly realized that I should actually just go for some shorter sets, like quicker sets that don't mentally tax me as much. So I think if I were to do it again, I would just from the get-go just have that in the back of my mind, like, you don't have to go for big sets, you can do smaller sets, because it's not like 15 reps is a lot. So like whether you break it into like 3 sets or 5 sets, either way is still 15 reps, it's still a lot, you still need to get through it. So just bear that in mind. Now, I touched a little bit on my rowing stroke earlier, which is like the speed at which I row, and said that I dropped down to about between 900 and 1,000 as the set went on. I know for myself that that isn't fast, so it is important that you guys have an idea of what a maintainable rowing pace is for you guys. I think if you were to think about it, I would say when you get to like mid-workout and you're quite tired, what are you able to pull on the row, like sustainably, that doesn't make you really tired? Because this workout isn't the row, this workout is the thrusters. So you want to make sure that when you get off the row, you're not like huffing and puffing tired, and that you can just then get like to the thrusters as soon as possible. So choose a rate that is maintainable, but also not like too breezy that you lose a lot of time. I managed to complete every set of rowing, so every time completing the 19 calories in, I think it was just under a minute at the beginning, and then between a minute and a minute 10 after that, which is okay, which is quite good, which obviously means that by the time I'd done 5 rounds, that is already like over 5.5 minutes, or closer to 6 minutes. So that's a good chunk of the workout already gone, and then you've got the rest of the time to do the thrusters. So just bear that in mind and know yourself, in like know what sort of pace that you can hold and how the rowing affects you. Like, I know that because when I row, I use my legs a lot. My legs are already going to be feeling a little bit spicy getting into the thrusters, which obviously isn't great because thrusters is all legs. So that I will need a bit more time to go from the row to the thrusters, but that if I hold a good enough pace, that is okay, and that it's not such a big deal. So those are kind of all the important points that I would say, like going into the workout. I would say that like those are the most important things that you should think about before you start. Reflecting on my performance, I feel honestly going into the workout, I was really nervous, because this is more of like a qualifying type workout. I always get nervous because I always want to do my best, and in the workout description it said to aim to get to the 4th or 5th bar, which I managed to get to. I finished the 5th bar and did the calories for the 6 rounds, so 5 full rounds plus 19 calories, which I was happy with. But at the end, you'll see that I kind of collapse onto the floor and cry because I get really upset that I don't even do 1 rep of the last weight because I'm busy like faffing around with my belt. I think that reflecting on my performance, what I would say the most important thing for me would have been to just take it more into bite-sized chunks and try not to, like, as you can see here, I'm just like waiting around a lot and thinking about it, because in my mind I'm thinking I've got to do at least 4, I've got to do at least 5. But really, if I just thought, okay, just do 1 and just do 2, then it's a lot more manageable for like my mental state to think, okay, I've just got to do 1 or 2 and then I can stop and then I can just pick it up again, and that's okay. So I think I would try to be a lot more kinder to myself and just think it doesn't matter how many sets you break it up into, just try and get it done. Also, I did have a little bit of spicy back pain. I don't know whether that was because of all the workouts that I'd done in the week. I had done some heavy deadlifts, which kind of made me feel a little bit spicy, a little bit sensitive. So my back was hurting a little bit. Something else I would probably say, if you have a belt, don't be afraid to use the belt. If you have knee sleeves, don't be afraid to whack on the knee sleeves. I, on this channel, believe that if you have anything that is going to help you perform better, like knee sleeves, like belts, whatever, as long as you're doing the strength stuff around that and you don't like only rely on those things, I don't think it's a bad thing to use those tools. Like, those tools are there to help you. Those tools are there to also help your longevity within the sport, because they do inhibit, like, they are helping, like, they make you feel good and honestly, it makes it feel kinder to my joints and kinder to my body. So if I can use those and it means that I, well, A, get less tired, obviously I'm going to use it. B, increase my longevity in the sport because I am able to just like take care of myself a little bit more, then I'm obviously going to use it, and I don't think that anybody should be shamed to do it. I think the only time in which I would say probably shouldn't use a belt or knee sleeves is when you're just starting and you rely on those to be able to do the things that you otherwise wouldn't be able to do. Like, if you can't hold your core properly, then you should probably fix that. If you have really bad knee pain, you should probably fix that. But just like, if you can use things that will help you, then I don't think that's a problem. You should just use it. Right, this is when I get really slow on this workout, so all fun and games. I think I was absolutely knackered, and as I said, was trying to like hype myself up for some big sets. Also, this weight is a lot for thrusters. I think that thrusters are the evilest exercise, and just like when it comes back down on you like that is really, really hard. But I am, overall with my performance, I am actually quite happy. I think that overall I did myself proud. I managed to hit the target, like aim of the workout. I am a little bit disappointed that I didn't get at least 1 in the final round. I think that would have been really nice. And going forwards, I know that I didn't actually have to put on my belt to do like 1 or 2 reps. I put on my belt to help with all of the work that I was doing before that, so there was no need for me to faff around for so long with my belt before the last set, which you'll guys see in a minute. So yeah, that is my one big takeaway, because I got really, really upset with that naturally, because I, like, in my mind had convinced myself when I was on the row, I was like, well, at least I can get 1 into the next round. But then because I faffed around for so long, I didn't get that 1, and I got very, very upset. So let's normalize getting really upset about stuff, because it happens to me a lot, because I care so much about stuff, and I like convince myself before a workout that I have to achieve certain things, and if I don't, I do get really disappointed in myself. It is hard. I think everybody does it to themselves, and retrospectively I don't have to be so hard on myself, but also if I'm not that hard on myself, I won't ever ask myself of very much, and I always want to be the best. I want to do the best I can possibly do. So if I don't have these high expectations, how am I going to do that? So little learning curve for me there. Right, so as the Open is coming, and I said that I was going to promote more videos about the Open style training and Open style stuff. This isn't one of those videos. I didn't actually make this for that, but as this is a very qualifier-y based workout, I think that all of you guys should give it a go. Encourage you guys to do it. I think that you guys should try it. And then I want you guys to comment your best like rower and thruster pacing strategies, or what you think that you would do, and then share your experience with me about the workout, because I really want to know how you guys get on and whether or not like what I've said has helped, or whether you guys think that you have other strategies that would be more beneficial than what I've said. Obviously, any help is good help. Any advice is good advice. Whether I take it or not is different, but any experience is a good experience shared. So I would love to see your challenges, and it would be cool if it was just like a little challenge, like tag a friend to join you in the rower thruster challenge, the know where to hide workout like mini challenge. Woo, that would be so fun. So just pop it in the comments below if you do try it, and whether you do it like RX or the scaled version doesn't really matter. Everybody's at their own level, so the strength side of things doesn't matter. Just remember to give this video a big thumbs up if you did enjoy it, as well as comment anything that you think, or if you have any feedback for me, or if there's anything that you'd like me to include in these videos, I would absolutely love it. Don't forget to subscribe, because I do put out weekly WODs, sometimes twice a week, with all types of like tips, tricks, recommendations, all that sort of stuff that will help. It's like coaching tips or whatever. And obviously I'm doing the open prep series now, which will help. This is the bit where I'm faffing around with my belt and I get really sad because I don't manage to do it. Yeah. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy this video, and I'll catch you guys in the next workout video. Bye.